What's up, guys, and welcome back to The Simple and Beautiful Life. If you're new here, my name is Shelby, and today we are going to be making one of my favorite scrub bars, which is my Cocoa Caffeine scrub bars. These bars are made with coffee instead of water, already loving it, real cocoa powder, and ground coffee beans. The combination makes a very energetic, very good scrub. I personally use it on my face. I love using it on my legs before and after I shave to help me get smoother skin. It's just one of my favorite bars. So let's get started. One of my favorite things about this bar is just truly how simple it is. There's no colorants. There's really not even a lot of fragrance. It's a bar built to do work. It's a bar that's meant to energize your skin. It's a bar that's meant to scrub and soften your skin. It's not one of those bars that you get and you think it's too pretty to use, so you put it on your counter and never think about it again. It's a bar that when you get it, you automatically think, this is going to do some good work. I want to use this bar. Don't get me wrong. I love some really pretty good soap bars with some finesse. This bar is just not one of those. It lives life to work and to provide. That's what it does. It's not here to be the most gorgeous bar in the soap scene. It's here to be the most effective bar on the soap scene. And what's not to love about that? Plus, it smells amazing. Now, without further ado, let's make some cocoa caffeine bars. Okay, so you remember how I said that I like these bars because they're simple, they're here to work, they're here to be effective for your skin, they don't need any finesse. Well, I lied. As I was making those bars, all I could think of was ideas to how I could make these more pretty and more finessey. And so they got a tiny little bit of an in the pot swirl with some extra activated charcoal, which benefits the soap even more. And then I may or may not have added a little bit of ground coffee decoration with a little bit of a silver mica sparkle. What have you. Maybe these bars got a little bit of an upgrade, but they're still here to do the work. Kind of makes me want to make a cup of coffee, which I might just go ahead and do while I'm waiting to cut these up. And with that said, let's go cut these up. And we're back, and it's soap cutting time. I think this is the best part of making soap. So here's the finished product, still in the mold. I love it. It smells so good. I tried not to add too much on top so that it just all falls off. I think that's one of the most annoying things is when there's too much on top and it's just making a mess everywhere. That is why I don't usually put a lot of whole items on top of my soap as a decoration. Like whole coffee beans that are actual coffee beans instead of soap, or dried flowers. I know that's a thing. I know people love it. But I don't understand why people would want to be picking out dried flowers from their plumbing. That's something that I believe makes your soap pretty not usable. So I'm very careful with what I put on my soap because I make these bars to be used. There we have it. So on the sides, you can obviously see the ground coffee. I think it kind of makes it look a little leopard printy, which I like. And you know exactly what you're getting because clearly there's coffee grounds in there. Now I will be using a crinkle cutter on this. I think when you have larger scrub pieces in there, larger exfoliants, this is easier to cut and still keep a nice pattern, where a straight cut might get caught on your exfoliants and drag them down, and then you have lines and weird marks, and it's just, this is a little easier. So if you're cutting your soap and it's a scrub bar, I recommend crinkle cut. That'll just give you a more neat and organized look with the scrub pieces that are in there. And I am careful about saying exfoliants because it's an FDA regulated word. So whenever I'm saying scrub or scrub pieces or anything like that, I do mean exfoliants, but the FDA regulates that word quite a bit. So I'm very careful when using it, just to avoid any FDA issues because I don't feel like fighting them. So when I'm saying scrub, you know what I mean. Now let's cut this up. Okay, I love these bars. I love them so much I almost don't even want to sell them. I just want to keep them all for myself. I washed my hands after cutting those up and they are so sudsy. Just the little bit of soap that I had on my hands from touching the bars, it sudsed up and my hands feel like so smooth. Now just washing this off, my hands is still like sudsing up even though there's almost no soap on here. There's some bars that they just work and they just turn out even better than you thought they would. And you thought they would turn out pretty well. So if you're making soap, you're just getting started and you feel like you're just not getting it. And you probably joined a million different Facebook groups that are all making soap and their soaps are just astonishing. Like, how did you do that? Just keep going at it. Eventually, it'll click. You'll start to feel more confident in what you're doing, and you'll just start to make soap after soap after soap that just works. And eventually, you'll start to make it more beautiful and more sudsy, more luscious, more creamy. You'll start to know exactly how the science of soap works, and you'll be really, really, really happy that you stuck it out. I promise, when I first started making soap, my soap was so ugly. And I just kept seeing on Facebook and Instagram all these people that were making soaps that were so beautiful and so sudsy. Mine were just weird and they didn't work right. Keep at it. Eventually you will figure out how to make soap that does everything that you and everyone else wants a perfectly handmade bar to do. Such as be soapy and creamy and coffee-y and a little sparkly, why not? Anything that's related to chocolate and coffee should be sparkly because coffee and chocolate are beautiful. Now, if you're watching this video, that means that these bars are now available at www.simpleandbeautifullife.com. We have lots of different types of soap, lots of different types of scrub bars, shampoo bars, bath bombs, pretty much everything you could ever want for your bath or hand washing or hair washing needs. And if you want to see how every single one of those products were made, I film every single thing that I make. You can watch it right here. And I will see y'all next time. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I will be back next Wednesday at 11 a.m. Bye.